Hello and welcome to another video, and we're going to be playing a Total War Saga Troy. This isn't the first video I've done on this channel. The first two videos were basically just a really gentle introduction to the game, a couple of battles taking place just so people can get an idea as to how it works, me included, to be honest with you, because I haven't played a Total War game for a long time, so it was getting myself reacquainted. But in this video, I'm just going to be trying to do things my way, so we'll follow the path as I make decisions and go through things that way. So we'll see how that goes. It's wanting us to choose Agamemnon again as the default option. And we will go for this because it is easy and I'm still just learning this as I go through as well. But hopefully we won't be bossed every single time as to what we have to do. So if we turn the tutorial off, which I believe that was the default there, so we will we'll just play like that this time, so hopefully we won't get interrupted or anything like that, and we'll be a bit more free compared to the other videos, so possibly a slightly different take. So we'll jump in and go from here. I'll leave this video to play just in case you've not seen one of my last videos.
Of the gods? Or do we plead divine influence to justify our foolish choices?
He's taken her! He's taken my wife! You've risked the safety of Troy.
Troy is my home now.
You have my oath, brother. She will be returned to you. Brother, I can fight. Go. Seek shelter. There'll be plenty of fighting ahead.
Helen's flight was a grave wound to Achaean pride. King Menelaus will have his revenge. And his brother will have his war with Troy, just as the gods intended.
Okay, so we will be starting just where we were in the previous videos, because we're taking the path of Agamemnon again. So, as I say, hopefully a bit less emphasis on everything having to be done in a certain way.
Ruling Agamemnon. There is only one response to Queen Helen's abduction, and that is war.
Brother, your foolish passion has doomed us. Fear not, noble cousins. I stand with you.
This is a grave insult to Golden Mycenae. Enlist the other Achaean kings. The folly of Paris may convince them to support the forging of a great Achaean empire.
Troy thinks to slight me, but they will pay the price.
Your brother Menelaus will be relying on your full support in this great endeavor.
Paris of Troy must pay!
Secure your power at home before embarking on overseas initiatives. The warriors of Tiryns wage war on your allies and vassals at Troyzen. They dare to challenge your fame and power. Continue your expansion, while ensuring the Trojans pay for their insult to you and your brother.
Okay, so the Mycenae, how they play. So Agamemnon controls the state with the prudence of a good administrator. The heroes at his disposal can be assigned to government posts to aid the king and his subjects. With the lion's share, Agamemnon can make other factions his vassals. Once under his rule, a faction must pay regular tribute, and you can take off the cuff things from your vassals as well.
The enemy sends their warriors against you to ravage your lands and sack your cities. but perhaps they underestimate your strength. March out, engage them in battle, and put them to flight.
Okay, so although this isn't a tutorial, these are missions and they're in the game regardless. So, and you get rewarded for them, so they're probably quite good to do. So we're aware that that is the case, and you can see those here under your missions, and you can bring them up at any time. Let's go and just have a look at a few of the other things we've got on this screen, just so everyone becomes a bit familiar with it. So the lion's share, so these are our vassals. So Troyzen is the one that we've got at the moment as our vassal. So if we wanted to, we could ask for 1,260 food straight away, but as it stands, this is each turn what we're going to be getting, and you can see the yellow on there, meaning they're okay with it. You can adjust this, but as you can see, that gets redder, meaning they'll get more and more annoyed with those particular requirements. So we'll just leave it. Just for reference, they are down here, Troyzen. So we don't actually have direct control over them or anything like that. They've got their own settlement, and they've got their own army. We can set a war coordination target, so we can tell them where to show an interest. So say we've got a unit that we're keeping an eye on. They can be asked to do the same effectively here. So select a mutual enemy settlement or hero as a target of your allies. It just emphasises the target's importance, so your allies know to send forces to attack if they can, but they don't always, as I've found from playing this a little more. Carry on with some of these other things. King of Men. So we can recruit an extra unit, so if we wanted to, we can put in another leader, so we can have two separate armies wandering around. I'm not going to do that at the minute, so we're probably okay with just one here at the moment, which is our counter there. So I'll leave that because it does add to upkeep, and we probably haven't got enough resource for doing all that, but we know it's there. The Divine Will is the God screen. This part is new, so it might be interesting to see exactly what this does. There's two main rituals that you can use to interact with the gods: Hecatomb and Prayer. The Hecatomb grants you favour with a god. To execute it, first click on a god portrait or symbol, then click on the Hecatomb button. Should we make a sacrifice in honour of the gods? This will spend resource. Okay, well, that's just telling us what that does. The prayer grants you effects that are unique to each god and improve with cult level. To execute it, first click on a god portrait or symbol, then click on the prayer button. Okay, so the prayer is executed when you click on the tick button. So it becomes, its effects will become available for the next turn. So I don't know too much about these gods, but if you hover over them, it does tell you a bit about them. So we could look into these in a bit more detail. They do cost us certain amounts of resources, so it may be an idea just to get one started now. Let's have a look. So Aphrodite, 20% growth, faction-wide of people, also an improvement to happiness. Immune to deep seas attrition, possibly not relevant at the moment. Athena, 1+1 to recruit rank of all units. 5% chance of all agents' actions, chances success improved by 5%. 20% to campaign map line sight around temples of Apollo. Ares, -5% morale to all enemy units. +5 to deal evaluation of all diplomatic agreements except barters. And Hera, +2 to siege holdout time, and +7 attrition casualties suffered by enemy armies in your territory. But I quite like the Ares one actually, so let's favour Ares this time. So we'll Hecatomb.
This feast honors
There we go.
gods.
So moved them up here, so respected. So we're now actually on this first part of the left. So we're actually 1+1 to local recruitment capacity, and also 20% to morale of sword and axe of sword and axe units. Right. Okay. So we are siding with Ares. the god of war, of course. Okay, so the next one, diplomacy, which
Relations
is where
with
you
foreign
can
powers may be managed through diplomacy.
basically
Broker
choose to
treaties.
do trades and things like that. And broad decrees, this is a new one, I believe. So what we've got on here is turn off the overlay. We can pick any of these things that are currently not in grey. Oh no, it doesn't matter if they're in grey or not, we can still click on them. Anything that's not in grey is actually already done. So we've got treasure hall, we've got royal stone, so we could have royal timber, so more wood per turn, faction time, and more food, 8% to battle speed of all units. So there's quite a lot of things to choose from here. Royal bronze, more bronze. So what we're not making too much of, I mean, our food is going up quite significantly, I think. That'll take 7 turns to complete, as you'll see. And our objectives. So these just show you how we'll win the game. Either Homeric victory or total war victory. Other bits down here, events, so we can see what's gone on. Here is an agent, so you can see we've only got one hero, which is our unit there. Provinces in the game. Known factions to us. And as I said earlier, the missions. Now, our mission is to defeat the enemy. So kill or defeat an army belonging to the faction, this faction in battle. So the Tyrans, and you can see there's one that belongs to them here. So I think they've just popped them there, so we can pass this one. So I think the idea is just to try and knock them off the map. So we'll do this battle first, and then we'll earn some rewards for it. Hopefully, if we win. And then we'll look at what we can build in our cities. And then work out what we might want to do after that. So, weather dry, yeah. Let's just get on with it. Right.
Your warriors stand ready to serve. They only await your orders.
Do we know where the enemy is going to pop up? I guess they could pop up absolutely anywhere. Okay, so these units with this symbol here mean that Vanguard Deployment, and they can be placed anywhere outside the yellow. So we'll try and get everyone up a little higher. We'll just get everyone up here for a minute, because we're very low down there, and being low is not the greatest. So we'll go and pop our Vanguard units, who can be placed outside of the yellow band, just up here. So they're hidden. And our Vanguard unit in this case are javelin men, so they are going to be potentially useful for throwing things. And the rest of it, we've actually got...
Be wary, for the enemy may have concealed themselves amongst...
Go away. And yeah, so we've got some other units here. I'm going to actually pair these two together, so I'm going to group them with Control G. And I do feel like the young spears can maybe give them some actual backup. So we'll, we can't move them there, but we'll do it when we start it up. I think I'm facing them the wrong way. Can't really see which way I'm facing them. Hold on. There we go. That's better. Now they're facing the right way. So I think the enemy's going to come from there. We can see our range of fire just there with the yellow. And everyone else who's not in a group, I'm going to assign to Group 2, which includes Agamemnon. And I will probably have to work out where the enemy is going to be first before I decide what I want to do, but let's just keep them in the trees for now. Ah, there they are. Okay. That's fine. So let's aim to not go through this middle bit, because that's a bottleneck. So we'll try and maybe sweep round on the right. But let's just start the battle.
Your heroes all have their own unique skill.
I can't seem to get rid of this. How do you get rid of this screen? Doesn't seem to want to go away. There we go. Ah, perfect. Right. Okay. So, are they moving, these guys over here? Or are they waiting for me? Because we're the attackers. Okay, let's try and flank them. So let's start by moving these guys. So, group 1. We'll make sure we put the missiles at the back. So we'll put the melee there, and we'll bring them gradually to the side. I think it'll be the best option. I was just gonna say, can we end up going down here and around the side? No, it's the edge of it, so we'll probably come across this way. So let's pop these guys here.
In terrain such as this, every natural...
I think they may have seen us as it happens. Let's stop because they might be coming to us. No, they've stopped. So we can get them to carry on coming up here then. So group 1, pop them there. Okay, everyone else. I don't really want to move them in the line of sight yet, so add him to group 1. There we go. Group 2 even, sorry. Right. So what we could do is we could take 2 units from this one and actually turn that into 3. Then we can bring them through the trees and catch them that way. They might not be able to see us that way, so let's try that. So they'll go that way, and our remaining group 2, let's get them involved in this region as well. Okay. They're responding to our movements. They can see us just like we can see them. These guys look quite useful. Got a bit of armor. They're looking confident enough. Right. We've got more movement of the enemy here. Where are they going? Are you moving away from us? We can't see them here, but I suspect they do have some ranged ability. They're running away. I can't work that out. I thought they might try and engage us. Let's move our 1 unit of melee and our javelin men. What is our hero's ability, just so we know? Okay, so within a 40-meter radius, improves melee attack and melee defense. Okay, so we've got these guys here now, so let's advance them a little more. Maybe not that close. Oh, hang on, I think they may be coming to counter us. Right, let's get these guys at the end of the cliff. Okay. Advance them. I was hoping to flank them, but although they seem to be distracted by these guys, which is potentially really useful. Ah, they're out of range. I thought they might be perfectly in range, but they're not. That's a bit of a blow, actually.
Your warriors have spotted hidden foes.
Arrows. We've got to go and get them. Otherwise they're going to inflict damage. We get them to run.
Death comes from above, like the arrows of Apollo. Have your warriors take cover from the enemy missiles, or else seek out and destroy the cause of this threat.
Okay, right, so I just asked both of these guys in one to go for them. So that's spears and arrows. 2 to go in at the side here.
Your warriors are losing heart.
No, they might well be, but they'll come back. This is fine.
Your warriors have been routed. For shame, your warriors' courage is...
It's okay. Won't be a problem. Why is he getting involved there? Might be able to, once we've got enough rage.
Your hero is under attack.
Okay. Can we do anything with him yet? Not enough rage. Stop chasing him. Back you come. There we go. He's running away. Right. So these guys are young spears and javelin men.
As the battle progresses, the hero's rage grows.
Aha. No, we can't yet. Okay. Thought that might have been telling us we could do something. Right, let's get Unit 3.
The enemy chose their leader poorly. See them run from battle with the laughter of the gods ringing in their ears. Now is the time to press home your attack.
Okay, let's get under these guys. Looks like we're definitely doing it. Victory. We managed to get through it. Decisive victory in the end. Okay. More losses than I would have liked. And potentially we're a bit slow on the uptake there, actually. I think we were getting attacked before we could get everyone involved. So the ones who were being attacked were significantly weaker. Okay, so what do we do with the prisoners? So, money. So, lives as barter. Kill them all. Or we use them in our own army. So, I'm going to do that because it's sensible, I would think. So now we've completed this mission. So we get 250 food and 80 bronze. No doubt we'll get...
recruits can be trained to build up your forces and replace warriors lost in battle. This will...
Okay, so this mission here, we've got a... Can you see it's showing 7? We need to make that 12. So 7 units in here.
Agamemnon.
We need 12. They need to be replenished as well, and they have to be in our home area. So within this green zone, we need to leave them for a minute to replenish. Just saying we did well there. And we've also gained armor, 3% of morale of all units. And we've just said that we've killed Pleisthenes. Okay, that's good. More of these have opened up now by the looks of it. Oh no, maybe not. I think it's just saying we've got 7 goes actually. My mistake. And say I'm quite new to this myself, so I'm probably coming across as not knowing what I'm doing necessarily, but No, I'll be learning as I go through. So on the top left-hand corner, we can see that this is our cultivaries. So we're going down that route as we did earlier. And this is interesting. This is where we can actually choose to upskill Agamemnon. So our heroes can be upskilled. So we can choose either of these paths. So reinvigorate, which means 2.5% to this hero's hit points, which is one potential good thing there. And also, what's this? Oh, it's reinvigorate hero ability, adds 18% stamina to anyone in range. March of Hermes allows 8% speed and 10% stamina within range. So let's go March of Hermes. That sounds more useful. And we'll come out of that.
Remember this day.
Okay. So let's just go and have a quick look at our available cities that we can build in. So we've got two things that we have at the moment. So we've got a bronze forge, which is maxed out in terms of level. You can see all three. And our ship stands, we've got 2 levels out of a possible 5. So that's what it is. And these two are free slots. So perhaps we'll fill one of these slots and look at them in a bit more detail. So let's go into a building browser. This looks a bit better, you see, in my opinion. So let's have a look and see what we might like for Epiteiros even. So starting over here, we've got Bronzesmith's Lodge. So that will increase the bronze per turn. Craftsman's Hut makes people a bit happier. Bronze loses influence and 1% to recruit rank of all new shielded infantry units, which is kind of cool. Down here we've got a Victoria, which is basically a warning light that you can have, so a warning light system. Or we can have a muster field, which unlocks spearmen. So I think because we're potentially under threat, it'd be good to have this warning light. You got lots of perks from it. So 100 to experience of all units, minus 10% to campaign movement of range enemy armies because we can see them, and better line of sight. So I think that's a pretty good one. We won't build anything else there just for the minute. And in the other place where we can build incarnation. Sorry, I can't pronounce anything today. It's terrible. You can see they've got all these buildings here as well. So some have levels already. So level 1, level 3, etc. You can see them over here. This has actually got a slider, so we've got lots of things to choose from. So these are altars you can build. So we'll probably wanting to be going down the Ares route at some point. But you need a bit more resource. I don't think... we don't have any sufficient funds to do that, so we need 860 wood, I think, for that. But what else have we got? Mud brick houses, so makes the province go quicker. Chieftain's Hall, 5% influence over this province. And again, the Victoria. They've already got a couple of military things here, so we can get spearmen and skirmishers from this particular city, so that's covered. And we've already got some Mycenaean walls. So let's go for some mud brick houses here. So we'll fill one slot. We do have another slot available, but we'll leave it for a bit because our gold is down to 70 and our wood is significantly depleted now. So
for Mycenae.
Can we recruit anyone else? These just cost gold, so, and food. Or is it just food in this case? Okay, so 1 upkeep, 1 cost. So this is your upkeep, this is the cost. So, as you can see, these are the most expensive. Probably the better ones. So we'll get... their upkeep is more on this one. So maybe we'll just get one of those and some slingers for now. And we'll go on to the next turn. Okay, is everyone else now having theirs? Okay. What's everyone up to?
Brute strength alone will not.
I don't actually have any plans at all at the moment.
Decree, ordering your finest minds to research new.
Well, issue a royal decree. Well, as it happens, we've already got one waiting. So when this happens, then we should pass that particular mission. The other one is to add more units to here.
Never
So
cross me.
we've now got some more resources available. Again, I don't want to be getting anything too expensive because of the upkeep. So maybe not militia. They're a bit weak. But then they're valuable in the sense of you can sort of use them as sort of fodder, really. So maybe we'll get one of those. 'Cause you can sort of, they're expendable. And some skirmishers. There we go. More skirmishers. And then we'll just what we've got here, notifications. Okay, yeah, we've got constructions available, but I mean, do we want to build anything else? Got something, we could build a military camp, 640, that's quite a lot of our stone and wood. And our stone doesn't grow half as fast as our wood. So maybe not, although that does sound pretty decent. What do you get out of it? Farmers could be trained to skirmishers with minimal effort. Okay, so it might be quite handy. Let's see what else we've got. What's this? Statue of Agamemnon. And okay, so now we've got some of these things here that we can build. We'll ignore some of these in a minute because we've got mud brick houses on the way. We can get an altar of Ares as well. Let's do that. Let's go down the whole Ares route. That has taken quite a significant chunk of our resources away, though. But we're trying to align ourselves with a particular god, so that's probably sensible. What's going on with this? Can we do a little prayer? Bit of food, bit of gold. Yeah, we'll do a prayer.
Receive my offering and grant my desires.
Okay. Right. Although I do wonder if the prayer only lasts one turn, though. Maybe I've overlooked that. Wrong button. Yeah, that might be me overlooking that. Yeah. Maybe I was a bit naive there, but yeah, as I said before, learning curve and all that. Right, next turn.
Do not neglect the development of your towns and cities, for many benefits accrue.
Okay, so our prayer's been answered. Construct any building. Well, that will come through as soon as our buildings are constructed. We've already got some waiting, so we're well ahead of the tutorial, so to speak. So we've currently got 11. So we just need one more. So let's pop some young spears in there and call that it. And then we'll try and think of something else. Maybe bring on another hero if it doesn't drain our resources too much, just so we can maybe move around a little bit more. Another reason why we're going to have to leave him here for a moment is just to allow everyone to heal. So you can't heal if you're out of the green zone. So move on to the next day and get our 12. And we'll pass that mission. There we go, muster troops. So we've got 100 bronze for that and some food. And construct any building, so perfect.
No kingdom flourishes and endures through...
Upgrade any building, upgrade any settlement building.
Conquer towns and cities to expand your empire. Recruit...
Okay. Right, so we can upgrade some things. As you can see by going into here, you've got little stars coming out of things, and you can maybe see them in the screen. No, you can't. But that doesn't matter, because if we can see them here, then we just click on them. So let's have a look. So in my scene eye, we could upgrade our houses to stone houses, which isn't too expensive actually, 60 stone. How do you get from doing that? I suppose it makes them happier, doesn't it? Well, it must do. Okay, what else have we got? We can upgrade the altar of Ares to a sanctuary of Ares. No, we'll leave that. We can upgrade Musterfield to a training camp. Which unlocks club warriors, shielded clubmen, and shielded spearmen. That actually sounds pretty useful. We can unlock target stands and have renowned slingers. What else can we build over here? We can upgrade our Victoria to a watchtower, which I'm missing something actually. If you hover over it, on the left it tells you what it does, so it's extra experience and a better line of sight. And this also unlocks light swordsman, which sounds pretty nice. And our shipping, those shelter ship stands, very expensive in the wood department, but you get more food each turn, more resources in return, 7% to all resources. Besieged armies can leave the settlement via the port. That's actually pretty cool too. I'm going to go for this as an upgrade, just because light swordsmen sound pretty appealing. And we'll do an upgrade in here as well if we can afford it. And I like the idea of... let's go stone houses, just for the people, more than anything. So at the moment, one population surplus. So current... this is probably just current population surplus. So yeah, it could be spent on upgrading the settlements building chain. So everyone seems to be happy. It's growing quite quickly. And so 65 happiness is going down, but then with the stone houses they should be happier. In here again, not very happy, so maybe we should consider something for the people. So what would people like? Can we improve happiness? Doing any of this? A guardhouse? No, that goes down again by doing that. Chariots, nice. Nothing we can really do to make them happy, because they're not overly happy at the minute. But we'll leave that. What's our current objectives? King's Decree, which we're waiting to do. We've already got one. A thriving settlement is upgrade, so we've already got the ball rolling on that. Okay, so while it's moving us to the next day, I will call this video a day, and we will see you in the next one. Thank you very much.